I care less about Miss South Africa, guys.
There is no such thing. That's called a black American. Is that why Winter is dancing with Robert Boy?
Casper took him down. He can't even handle Casper's weight. Bastard. 1.5 million worth of dacha operation in high school. When was the last time you watched South African content?
Yo.
Like TV shows from South Africa, or
When
even
was the
if
last
there's
time I
TV.
watched TV? Like TV on its own. Like, did we used to watch that?
And guys,
I think we moved into TikTok. I don't know. What do you think? Like,
or
we
if
live
it's
on our
our
phones
streaming
now.
platforms and all of those things. But saying you should, even those streaming platforms, the South African content that they actually put out there,
How do I relate with it?
Do you watch it even?
I like the funny content, you know, like
Yeah.
the likes of Umalume, yeah, I like funny content. But like when it comes to like more serious and more interesting
you don't even
conversations,
like those things.
yeah, you know why? Because people really don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they
But they're
just
talking.
misinterpret
It's like if something
presentation.
sounds nice, you know, then somebody wants to, you know, say it to somebody else so they can sound smart. But do you actually comprehend what you're talking about?
It doesn't
do you
make
live
sense.
what you're talking about?
And their interpretation is like, even the actors, you know, most of the time think that makes me not watch it. It's because I critically analyze movies. I can watch the same movie more than 5 times. Even a series, I could start it. Because I'm analyzing what the DOP is doing, what the writer's trying to transcend, or even the actor. Are they actually
guys, nisifakele pressure. Masibukela ama-movie manje,
like
sekumele
no?
si-analyze.
It's like you have to respect the creative process. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now you also look at the actor. If are they like Baibizan Lempal? Are they able to transcend the character to life and make it make sense? As much as you shouldn't put yourself onto camera, but you should actually be able to get into the shoes of the character. There's certain things that they do which makes it overacting. Even when umuntu ahead, it's not like a true reflection of what we do. It's like, yo, Joe,
But I also I like
You get what I'm saying?
I like this movie Losing Lerato too.
Yeah.
I actually like that girl. I don't know her name. Hey, I kind of forgot it. But like she brought that character into life. Like you could actually feel her. Like
You see?
she
But
brought it into
it is
life.
so, you see, with Losing Lerato, hey guys, So I watched the first movie at the cinema, like I think when it first dropped, and that movie it's not necessarily a true reflection of it is a true reflection of South Africa. It's just that it's set in the ancient, like early days of South Africa, so it gives that even the color of the show, the way it is, it's setting. Yes, it's setting. Is like that.
But Soweto still looks like that, you know.
Maybe I'm having high hopes for Soweto. You get what I'm saying? But okay, it's a thing.
No, ouch.
Like,
Why are we passing past that?
You get what I'm saying? But then that's why I don't watch it. Except for, I watched this series, 4-part series in How to Ruin Love. From that same thing of How to Ruin Christmas. It's the same production company. It is so good. Even the actors, they really brought themselves out to work.
Too much drama though.
It is too much drama, but it makes sense because now it's like
dramatic.
We have a lot of chaos in our families. Even the way they represented different types of households when they're and all those things, it shows it's okay. There's different South Africans who live a certain way and they actually live this type of life. You get what I'm saying? But hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mandla coming in live on in your ears, and make sure you stay tuned and interact with us on all social media platforms. We go by at audition. But then we interact with us on all social media platforms. We go by at my guys. Grandpa painkiller with no spaces. That's in Velling Ibeganjal. I had a bad day because I went to auditions and
it wasn't really bad. Manja made it to the top 10, and you know he's featuring your favorite
24,
name.
but like
you see. He's featuring your favorite main character. My name is Usamgeliso Simelane, and we're a little bit crusty today, but nonetheless, you get the vibes. You get the vibes. So, and like, how was your competition? But you did well.
Why were we talking about it? Like, I thought I was not gonna speak about it because I don't want to jinx it. Because I did when I went to do the live audition, I just did it. But you know me, I'm not a public speaker. That's why I work lights, camera, action. I'm good behind the mic. But then when you put an audience for me, it's like a different story. Even the way I deliver my links and all those things, it's like shaking, my guy. Same time. Okay. And then that after, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Yes, but in saying cousin thing.
Did you see what happened?
What happened?
This girl we were just talking about her on our last episode, right? Talking about how we as South Africans don't really see her as somebody that represents a reflection of
South
us.
Africans.
So Uchidima actually went to Nigeria. Nigeria invited her so that she could become a Miss Nigerian. And guess what? South Africans are cheering her.
I saw this other Chidima say, hey, they were very grateful. They were like, okay, Chidima has actually won Miss Universe Nigeria and all of that. And the link afterwards, that thing, they were like, go represent us. You are our own. Like, South Africans are literally hilarious.
Our country is just hilarious. Full of fun. And that is why I don't understand people who really don't understand what we are as a culture of South Africans. You get what I mean?
It's like, they have this stigma against us due to the bad PR that we have.
And that's the thing. Why are we still believing propaganda at this day and age, at this time and age? We are still believing propaganda. Make it make sense. So the whole Chidima story, they cannot tell us that we are wrong for not finding for not seeing her as one of us.
Yes,
everything that she represents is not hers. Her heritage that she so boldly spoke about in public has nothing to do with South Africa.
Because she's Mozambican.
Her name, we do not find any relevance for her name, her surname. You know what I mean? So nothing about her represents South Africa. That is why we don't have anything against.
But everybody was coming for us because
that's the thing. It's not a racial issue. People must understand that what we're talking about here is
we're not even xenophobic.
We're not xenophobic or anything. This is pageantry. We're not talking about anything that involves race.
So what do you think about
race into things that aren't relevant. Race has nothing to do with this. This is pageantry. And if you're gonna be Miss South Africa, that means the world is gonna see you as a reflection of South Africa. We don't see ourselves in you. So how do you expect us to allow you to represent us when we don't see you as
a
us?
South African? It's valid because what I saw. Okay, how do you think? How do you like? Hey guys, this is sometimes what do you think about the fact that this other Indian lady? Okay, they said she looks white. She won. I don't know her name. I care less about Miss South Africa, guys, because I feel like it's rigged and all of those things. But what do you? Yeah.
But the thing about her, what is different from her, is that we recognize her name.
Yeah.
Like when you say her name, it's not something like bizarre in South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa is a rainbow nation, but within our rainbow, we have specific races that we recognize.
Yes.
That's why we have specific languages that we recognize, even though we're a rainbow nation.
And we have more than 12 languages.
We recognize her skin color. We recognize Chidima's too, but Chidima is not South
African. I mean, her mom is Mozambican. Her dad is
not South African.
Oh, okay, Bubutodwak was in Nigeria, so she's basically Nigerian. But then she has descendants of Mozambique. But what I know is that a lot of Mozambican, like I said this other time, is that there's a huge influx of Abantu in Mozambique. Especially, we can see it even as okay, I'm from Mhlabelingane, right? Which is the border. It's near the border. It's 30 minutes away from the border gate between South Africa and Mozambique. A lot of domestic workers that are working there, even people who do farm work and all those things, work on people's yards. are from Mozambique, and all of those people. I remember there was a time where they were saying that if utholakala nomuntu osebenza in Mozambique bakubopha naye uyangithola, because why did you hire a person who doesn't have papers? But by the look of things, these people are also cloning our identity and they're getting free IDs and all those things.
And it's also a reflection of our system. Yet again. So everything that South Africans is complaining about is everything that's within our system.
It's because my skill.
Like nje kuningi.
While we're still on that note, I saw this other video on TikTok and I had to troll them, guys. This guy, let me just give you context. Okay. This guy, what he did is, there was people even commenting on this thing. He says he was speaking about the fact that South Africans actually discarded Chidima because she's Nigerian, meaning that we're Afrophobic, young tall. And the thing is, like, they're saying that we actually accept a white person because they're claiming that girl is white, and we're putting Eurocentric ways before. We praise these white people. Yes, basically. Yes, that's what they're saying. Okay. That's the context. But
is that person white?
I was Lama American.
It sounds
Lama American. No, it's black Americans, but they say we are still praising our colonizers, where else they don't even know their native languages, where else they don't even know
their own origins. I mean, if you start from there is no such thing, even in nature.
Yes.
That's called a black American. So if you're going to be a fine one to speak about us having this Afrocentrism that they're talking about.
Yes, we're Afrophobic.
Afrophobic, okay then. Let's be Afrophobic against them. Where are you from? Where are you original? Do you know if you're from Nigeria, Mozambique,
South Africa, Kenya, all these African, Zimbabwe?
Are you so colonized yourself? Since you speak so boldly about colonization, speaking a language that is not even yours.
You get what I'm saying?
At us, please.
They don't even have the languages.
Now we are speaking about us being colonized. We still believe in colonization. We're protecting our colonizers. But the honest truth is, you are in a foreign country living in the land of your colonizers. And we are speaking language of your colonizers.
You all are products of slaves.
You get what I mean? You don't even understand your own origin because you have so highly...
And America dictates the type of history that they know about black Africans. That's what they're able to assume. But I even said this to these other people that were commenting there. South Africa is a rainbow nation. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
We are not an Afro nation.
Yes.
We are not an Afro nation because basically, what do we know about Afro nation? We are not an Afro nation. That's why we are all divided. We are a rainbow nation, which is a combination of different cultures and races. You get what I'm saying? But then within those different races, we have we have a huge influx of other African countries living in South Africa. They just based their opinions on just Nigerians. It's not only Nigerians, but most of the lecturers here in UWC, when they speak, you can hear it's okay.
This one is not from here.
You get what I'm saying? But they are afforded such opportunities. Exactly. There's some people who even get access to grants and all those things, whereas they don't pay tax.
Exactly. I don't know why people expect the world to be like green and orange and pink when we know that the world is not like that.
It's not. It's just black and white.
It's just exactly. You know what I mean? It's just black and white. And what's simple is we do not recognize Chidima. You can come at us and attack us and speak everything that you want to speak.
But
as South Africans, we stand firm in our decision of saying she must leave Miss South Africa. And that is why when she left, we still congratulated
her and say you are representing us.
If we were really
Afrophobic, we would have completely.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
we would have been so harsh on her because we are known to be a harsh country that she even committed suicide and fled away from the face of society.
But because she knows that South Africa has actually given her a good time. I mean, the mere fact that her mom decided to come, you are born as because clearly the way it's Bakipana, it's because they have something that they always consistently do in our country. And then what I wanted to say, I lost tracks of this thought, right? It's like, I was still saying, even though people that stay in South Africa, they are afforded the same opportunities. There is a reason, yes, this is what I want to say. There's a reason why her mother decided to flee out of Mozambique and come to South Africa and clone another person's identity and become South African illegally. Now, it is because she knows that she's going to be afforded such opportunities. As much as we can blame it on government, let's blame it on the people who are working at the border gates, because I know for a fact that those people get paid like 150 Mozambique. Don't ask me how do I know. We just know that I've been in Mozambique, but I don't have a passport.
You see, these are the type of things that we are talking about, you know.
I'm not a product of such things, though.
People are now coming to the face and expressing that they are, in fact, committing crime. Please tell us.
You get what I'm saying? Hey, yeah. You see, you are twisting my words. But then it's like that, Lalen. The reason why I'm delving into that issue, I saw this video. Pendula yonke comment uyangazi nje ngedatha lesesikoleni
Wait. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're telling me that Europeans came to Africa, divided it up however they saw fit, and created South Africa, despite the fact that it had a name for thousands of years in human history, way before Europeans even considered Europe a continent. They then enslaved the people native to that land, forced them to learn their language and learn the European ways of life, controlled their systems of government, and then segregated them to second-class citizenship. And now, here we are in 2024, where a white minority of the population owns over 70% of the lands in South Africa. And instead of kicking out those that colonized them, South Africans are more interested in kicking out other Africans? You're telling me South Africans love their colonizers' mindset so much that they don't want someone that was born in South Africa with a South African parent in the Miss South Africa pageant because she has a Nigerian parent? Meanwhile, there was no petition or outrage when this person won last year? Brothers and sisters, we need to do a wellness check on South Africa.
Okay,
so let me get
this wait. Oh, wow.
What's your take on that?
Oh, wow. This is the guy you were just telling me about.
Yes. You found me commenting again. I'm replying to yesterday's comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I want us to take it from the top there.
Yeah.
He said something that completely lost me. He said South Africans love their colonizers' mindset. You see, I want us to first dive deeper into that so that we can understand that
his point.
If you love your colonizer's mindset, it means you are aware of it and then you still choose it. And then there's the word servitude. The word servitude is when, Steve Biko once said, the power of the oppressor is in the mind of the oppressed.
That's how we got out of apartheid.
You get what I mean? So if we were still in that mind, where we say the white man is better than us, the black man is inferior to
all
the
those
white
things,
man.
yes.
You know, if we still believed in all of those things, then we would be very far behind in this so-called
and they are
democracy
far
that we
behind
have.
because let me put it like
mean?
this. In South Africa, racism is a crime, first of all.
Yeah.
In America, they always racially profile them. That's why they always get shot by cops. You get what I'm saying?
They're not fighting the cops. They are fighting our servitude.
Because redirect their energy.
Yeah, because they are not understanding where we are coming from. Yes, there are people, obviously, that are doing this Chase Chidima out campaign for the sake of just saying,
doing it.
You know, there are always going to be unconscious people within a movement.
Yes,
but if
facts.
we're talking about those of us in the movement who are conscious about what it is that we're doing in this moment, then we basically taking our own identity. So as to say, we cannot say this Indian girl must go out of the country or out of the competition or the pageant because this Indian girl is protected by our very laws and our very constitution,
which was made in 1994.
You get what I mean? We identify with her.
Because we're a rainbow nation.
Part of the people who were here in South Africa
fighting the struggle with us because they are also oppressed. They were taken out of India because they were also, they were oppressed. You see, they came here as slaves and joined Africans and all those things.
When we
Yes,
made
South
our
African, that is.
constitution and we wrote down the 11 languages, part of the languages that she speaks
Is
is
there.
South African. And you see what I love the most about her is that she knows at least 3 South African languages.
On top of that,
She
she's
even knows
reflecting
English.
Indian people from
what I
South
mean?
Africa, because they are not the same as Indian people from India.
You get what I mean?
Yes,
so
I get
now
your point.
So now Chidima cannot even speak any other South African
Except for
language
Nigerian.
except English. And we go back to his point of saying that we love our colonizers.
What about
mindset.
Nigeria?
You get what I mean?
Because pidgin English, Nigerians use that more than their own languages.
You get what I mean?
You get
so
what I'm
who's
saying?
really colonized? The one that so boldly claims that the others are colonized, or the ones that are colonized themselves? Because we must not throw stones if we live in glass houses.
That's what I'm thinking.
You
Take
know
that
what I
out of
mean?
my mind. Yes.
We must not throw stones if we
Because
live in glass
another thing I
glass
wanted
houses.
to go to,
He's in a foreign land speaking those things.
that's
He
my
sounds very
point.
black.
And he is black because he wouldn't have spoken about white people and all of those
You
things.
get what I mean?
It goes back to what he said about we love, okay, fine, we were still there, of loving our colonizers' mindset. I wanted to add to this. No? Okay, if we loved our colonizers' mindset, how is it that today every South African, they know how to speak English, right? But that's not our main medium of communication.
Yes.
You go to Joburg, everybody knows how to speak, they are multilingual, that is.
Exactly.
You go to KZN, as much as there's a stigma about KZN people, but there is a minority of KZN people that actually delve into they actually delve into other languages. You get what I'm saying? And when you look at it, as much as we are all divided into different tribes and different ethnic groups and all those things, but we always go back to the fact that if you're communicating in Xhosa and I'm Zulu, I get what you're saying. If I'm Sutu and you're communicating in Tswana or Pedi, I get what you're saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
They're interconnected.
We have a relation.
You get what
so
I'm
much
saying?
that even our lingo, our everyday lingo, like hello Ndana, Vatchanan.
Young told, three languages in one. If you look at Vinek, vernacular languages.
So for somebody who does not even live in this land and breathe the same air,
they only know one language of like English, which is the language of the colonizer. Young told. As much as, okay, fine, I know that English is a medium for all communication, but the truth is we were not speaking English even back then. Even when you go back to our surnames normally get derived of the language that we used to speak. Like when you go back to the fact that, okay, there's Zulu, young tall, and they use Zulu, khuluma isiZulu, inkosi yakwaZulu eyase KZN, right? And then uZulu qhamuka thina ongubane, for instance, ongubane. Okay, if I look at it, the word is like Nguban type of thing, because we came from in Kovgen, which is an island in KZN, which nobody knows about even. So it is not even recognized like that. We actually have to cross the sea in order to go to the other side. There's no infrastructure to actually cater for people who live on the other side, but there is people having lives there. You get the sense of like, okay, I know the original culture of how we came about Ngubane. It's a thing of like now all of those things are connected to who we are. We know our clan names, we practice spirituality, we practice tradition. Because people normally misconstrue the fact that there's the religion and tradition and culture is related. No. There's religion, which is what you believe in, and then there's tradition, which is what you were taught prior to, you get what I'm saying, and your ancestors and all those things who were before you get what I'm saying, and then there's culture, which is what brings us all together, because we have culture and our culture interconnect. That's why we have Heritage Day, because like everybody has their different cultures. Xhosa people wear different things, but then all those things, it's almost like we're coming to see like, oh, Nina and Koanje, we're showcasing our culture and being who we are. So apart from the fact that we speak English, we actually know ourselves. So you can't say that we praise our colonizers, because now what does that mean? We actually, as much as we assimilate ourselves into living the life, not necessarily living the lives of our colonizers and all those things and mindsets and whatsoever, we do that just to get something to eat, first of all. Because if you tell me that I don't know how to speak English, that actually impacts my ability to get a job. You get what I'm saying? Because English is the medium of all communication. On top of that, it goes back to the fact of, guys, yekani ukukhuluma into eningayazi. Yayazi umuntu oqinayo like imbudane.
No, like I feel like, we must educate one another instead of fighting. Because this person, you can clearly see that they were speaking from a perspective of concern. And I understand they are concerned genuinely because, hey, like, why would people do that?
But his tone is not like that.
But his tone, like, even you can tell his body
approach.
language. You can tell he was fighting somewhere.
Yeah,
You get what I mean? Hence, we need to throw them. Fellow South Africans, find that video.
Go
and
check
speak
it
to
out.
this guy.
One thing
Speak
I'm
to
thinking
this
of
guy.
even posting it on Twitter because Twitter might go wild and fight this BITCH because it's being a BITCH for real. Because now you are not well informed first of all, and one thing.
Speak about something.
Yes.
If you're not well informed on a topic,
Tula. Because I went through the comment. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I was going through the comment section and people are saying things like, are we 70? Okay, fine, saying things about like we are obsessed about sex and drugs and all those things, which is kind of not true. Because as much as a majority of the South African consume alcohol, but then there is a drug that everybody drinks, right?
obsessed.
That's my point. It's only a minority of South Africans that actually take part in doing, narcotics and all those things. But let's be honest, when you look at American or Eurocentric countries and South Africa, is it prevalent kangakanani ukubona umuntu obhema intsangu? It's America. Number two, weed is more legalized that side than it is here. Weed is not even legalized in South Africa. It's illegal to sell weed, but not to consume. But that's why even when they see you smoking weed, they will ask you where did you get it. Hence, it is basically illegal. You get what I'm saying? So, especially if the cops see you. But now, even us with the cops, right? The cops when they approach us and all those things, they don't come there with guns and trying to shoot you. Even though they come in a vile way and they're actually
Like doing their job basically,
asserting themselves. But even sometimes
don't kill us.
they don't want to kill
We don't
us.
wake up one day and realize that, oh, the land that we've been inhabiting for the past 100 years is not really ours. And now we don't go around pointing fingers at people. And telling them
We are
they
good in our
colonize
same space.
when-
We supported them for Black Lives Matter. That's why I always
get
go
what I
back to the fact that they're being shot at red light stops at Young Toll.
You get what I
It's
mean?
like
we supported them.
we supported them. Lapho
stand
ukithi
firm by them.
South Africans bayaphapha bathanda indaba. They like yini lempahla le ukuthi bayifake endabeni ezingahlangene nabo to a point of it comes back to bite us because nobody really has our back because we also not even part of the south divide. You know that thing I forgot, the south north divide, because it's not necessarily north. It is all the countries that are economically advanced, and South Africa doesn't even fall there. You get what I'm saying? But the mere fact, that's my point.
How are we gonna be economic advice when our politics is going like this?
You get what I'm saying?
When our politics is going like this.
And the reason why actually South Africa is they are going back to the fact that our land is 70% owned by our colonizers.
Which brings me to a next point. This MK and EFF thing.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that.
Shivambu, Floyd Shivambu, he left the EFF to go to
ANC,
the
MK party, yes.
So now my question is, hey, Jacob, when I catch
He's
you,
playing chess with
Jacob,
yeah.
He's very good.
He's smart.
Anyway,
He studied politics.
could this
That's why I'm saying he's a genius.
Could this be a coalition
Between
that is
EFF and
fighting?
thing.
Yeah, that is going to fight this supposed new government that we have.
GNU.
The GNU.
Because remember how I mentioned last week that the Helen Zille actually pellucidly mentioned the fact that this GNU government is like a front to actually facilitate a coalition between DA and ANC.
Jacob.
Because Ramaphosa is a white person inside, he's a coconut.
Hey, dog.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
Because it's the same as Mandela. Because
It's like the same thing. Did you see that video that was trending?
Which one?
It yo, why do I forget these people's name? But basically, this guy was in parliament, right? Old man. He was talking about how Ramaphosa was a sellout. And he spoke about how Ramaphosa did not go with them to Robben Island at that time.
And he
the
was
struggle.
also part of the
You get what I
people who
mean?
are claiming to be part of the struggle.
You get
But
what
he
I
was once a cop also. And he...
His father was a cop.
Sorry for misinformation, because I know that he was also selected to go study in US and study law and all of that. And then he came back to actually help with the mines and all of those things because his family was involved with the mine. Same with Petrus Mutipe. That's how he started his money and legacy and all of those things.
Think about it. So now we are having coalitions of the four biggest parties in South Africa. And there, Jacob Zuma takes it to Twitter. He made a video saying Uguti he is willing to donate 2/3 of the MK party's vote to the EFF just so they can work on one fundamental plan of getting back the land and
Of black
redistributing it
the
back
land.
to the
But I
black
don't
people.
agree to that. As much as it sounds good,
Why? Colonizers.
let me take a sip. No, not really. You know, even with Otabang and our friends, right? We always have to agree to disagree, especially when it comes to what white people and okay, fine, we are mentally enslaved and they just are not beating us anymore, but we're still financially also enslaved. But what I always say, if we have people like Petrus Mutipe, as much as Cyril Ramaphosa is a sellout, people like him who actually made it out of the system, so it means that every one of us is afforded the same opportunity, given the fact that now NSFAS is also a bursary, is not necessarily, even though DA, you see,
Thanks to
DA,
Jacob.
thanks to Jago Bewafet, Yabom Sholos. So, like, now it's a thing of like DA is trying to redress all those things, but at the same time it takes me back to the thing we are afforded the opportunities to get into that. And as much as they say that is unemployed, we are unemployed, you graduate but you humble higher, I don't agree with that either, because the reason for unemployment in South Africa is because everybody just goes and does anything a thing that does not have their passion. Because you can't tell me that if you're going to study something that you're passionate about and you get a degree and you don't get a job, because you're passionate about that thing, you're not going to go home uyohlala uzozama ukwenza another thing ezokwenza ukuthi ungene lapha. Same thing with creatives, khona aba-creatives angafundanga ngisho ukufunda, and the ones labo abafundile, they make it their mission to earn their stripes in the game even though they don't have jobs. They go to stage things, shows and all those things until they put themselves out there because they are passionate about their craft. Now we go back to people like business people who abafundi business studies. It's because business management and all those things. The reason why they stay at home, it's because they don't want to apply the knowledge that they got to actually make a change into their lives and all those things.
So there's no passion.
You get what I'm saying? So as much as they say all those things, we have opportunity to study, but we're unemployed. So besides that, yes, we've discarded unemployment. It's not a valid point, but what I'm saying is that we're all afforded the same opportunities. So with those, as much as white people are 10 steps ahead of us because they've started building their economy prior to apartheid, we only started actually having the opportunities from 1994. Today is 30 years after democracy, but as much as there's not a lot of black people who flaunt their money because rich people don't necessarily have to wear brands to look like they're rich, you get what I'm saying? There is, okay, white people are the minority of South Africa, right? When you go into these white businesses, even though some black businesses are white endorsed and all those things, but we go back to the thing of like, there's a huge percent of South Africans, if not 30% of South Africans who've actually made it beyond the matrix. That's why we have a lot of black-owned apartment systems, even people who own franchises, people who constantly developing the land. So they've made it outside of the matrix. It's just that the majority of South Africans are mentally enslaved. One spoon feeding, because the government has actually made us to believe in that because they want to eat money through, but it's sasa, so you just want to be lazy.
We're spoon-fed as a country.
Yes.
Through everything.
Facts. That's what I wanted to say.
Yo, I know, Dana. Like, I feel like you just ironed out a lot of issues that, like, we usually take like from the surface level, you know, and like you just went deeper into it.
Young taller, because
honestly speaking,
it goes back.
deeper
We just
into the matter.
stand ukubuka because siyavilapha.
Kamampela, and if you look at it as South Africa, if Kamampela sizokhipha i-social grant, then we can at least afford ukuthi umuntu ohola i-grant ahole at least 1,000 rands instead of 400 or 500 leba ihola lo manje.
It's not.
Get what I mean? In Malengane. And the other time, I was actually doing my research based on how much pensioners get on each day versus how much prison owners or prisons. Prisoners. What is
Yes,
prisons?
yes, oh, prisoners.
Yeah,
Yes.
but prisoners. You get what I mean? Do you understand that in the South African economy, prisoners get more money each day on their budget than pensioners?
pensioners.
And it's not
Even the
just
prison
more,
budget
it's
is high.
3 times more.
Yo.
Why is there such a high budget? So we are saying to a person, go and commit crime
So that uzo.
so that we can give you comfort in that crime. Even that guy, there's a guy that trended.
Yes, took a
Mose.
video.
You get what I mean?
And then
Ati,
there was a whole prison. What's this thing? Raid.
They raid. Yes, they did all of those things. But the honest truth is that guy was actually showing us how our prison statements.
Yeah, they're living soft.
They're living soft.
There's
honestly.
people abalale bangadlala kodwa
In the
bayadla
olden
bona.
days, you know why people did not want to commit crimes in our societies?
It was because it was vile.
This apartheid government was very good.
Yes.
Was in
We're not praising them,
umthetho.
but
We're
like
not praising them,
the
but we're actually
implementing because they would. I remember when we read.
Yeah.
What is that play that we read with Tamim Bikwana?
Yeah. My Children, My Africa.
No, that is the novel. It's. Oh, My Children,
Yeah,
My
My
Africa.
Children, My Africa.
So that play, you can remember. It goes back to what he said.
Mbikwana.
Yes, he was like, I don't strike. What were you saying again?
Yeah, we were talking about Ugusi. Why did I lose my train of thought too? No,
Yeah.
but we were talking about this whole colonization
Yes,
thing
yes.
and how prisoners earn
Oh,
more
her
money
and more
than,
money.
than
Yes,
pensioners.
I saw in that story that back then. Okay, fine. There were prisons for people who actually committed more adverse
Heinous
crimes.
crimes,
Yes,
yeah.
heinous crimes. That's why even that guy was
Yeah.
Even that other one, they would and then. There was
tied him.
yes, and they tied him down in Iskwebo Sentambo, Yakumbula Besikon. Those people were committing heinous crimes, like you said. I don't know what word you said
Yeah.
there. So there were reformatory places whereby if you committed crime you get reformed, because the ideology of prison is to reform you so that you can go back to the society and not commit the same crimes.
Exactly.
So now when you're gonna go to prison and have a better life, you just have a chores and all those things which you have on our daily lives. And most prisoners come out and they don't even have a form of, there's a small majority of prisoners who come out with a degree, come out with actually educated, and they want to get into the society and actually
like
don't
become better people.
Yes.
So it's like it goes to show Uguti, like we make everybody so comfortable with everything in South Africa. Our politicians are still gonna continue to commit crime because we're comfortable with them committing crime.
That's the
it's like
thing.
okay, if we find out that Julius Malema stole 7 billion,
Yes.
it's like, oh wow, he stole 7 billion. Next week Kevin Memo releases
It's an album.
and we're like,
Okay, in Futhi piano Kisha
you get what I
every
mean?
week.
You get what I mean? And
They're
it's
trying to boom
a
Nandi,
circle
it's,
labo. You
yes,
get what I mean?
yes.
We forget so easily, and that is why these things they build up. And
Gcine
they
sokuyinqa-
collapse us as a
inyova
country.
dam.
You
Gcine
get what I mean?
sokuyinyova
They
dam.
collapse us as a country. We're gonna collapse because of ignorance. Not because we don't have the power and the ability to actually
know
do
about
something.
these things,
Because
yes.
based on our history, you can tell that we are a very resilient people.
And like we
And
actually
if we
stood
believe-
against the white
if
people.
we believe in something, that we will go for it. My question is why we're not going for what we want. As
Once
South
and all of
Africans.
those things.
You
It's
know what I
because
mean?
siyasaba, but asaba mfethu. I wanted to kodwa kuningi sikhuluma ngepolitiki, ne? It's like kodwa ipolitiki lidala ukukhuluma. Mom,
Besiwe.
how do you feel about that album? You're one of the people that are saying it's whack.
It's because No, man, we have to understand that, man. Kelvin Momone, like, ingoma zakhe become relevant like after 3 months.
We understand the album
You get what I mean?
because if you go
Very
back to
immediate.
Bayibiza in Amgelan, most people started liking the album ngenkathi isiqale uphikame momentum and everybody was speaking about it and all those things. But then prior to that, it was not.
It was
Cabanga
like-
wanted to play your clip, ne? But yabo network lana ya better bengifuna ukudlala i-clip because isefonini yami.
Yes.
It was basically, let me give you context. Not verbatim though. Bontle Mutisele was speaking up. You remember how Pretty Ugly and Casper had a fight,
Oh,
the
yeah,
boxing
yeah,
match, and Pretty Ugly, but I'm shy. Apparently, Pretty Ugly told today that affected his manhood. You know how his ego as a man, his ego is still bruised. And then Ubontle goes on to say, okay, Uti, it started because his daughter sees that his father can pick up trucks, whatever. Because when you're a daughter, you see your father being the strongest man alive. But he didn't focus his attention inward into what is happening in his family and why trying to be best man for his family. He let the noises from the outside infiltrate into his mind, now bruising his ego to a point whereby there's certain things that you can't do as a man. Now you have to think about what are those things. Clearly, because she's complaining on this on a public platform, clearly it is so versed like that he's no longer the same guy and all those things. Now, I don't want to dive deep
Is that why Ubuntu is dancing with Robert Boy? So,
You get what I'm saying? That's why her ass is outside.
What? So now
Everywhere on all social media platforms.
So wait. But Pretty had a choice. Pretty was supposed to say, Nyavesti is going to murder me, and then say, Mama, I made it. So
You get what I'm saying?
Let me just not be a part of this. But he chose to be.
Because maybe they paid him also. But
I am just trying to understand how that
impacted him.
Like, okay, I get it. You lost the public fight.
And
right?
your ego as a man is bruised now.
No. You let it become bruised because
He trained. Buntle also went on to say that he trained for almost the whole month because it took him like more than 3 weeks to train for the fight, only for him to get knocked down. Get what I'm saying? He was lifting weights and Casper took him down. He can't even handle Casper's weight. You get what I'm saying? He's a lightweight. You get what I'm saying? Kunjalo, because like, what is going on? Okay, fine. Mina ngikwazi ukula, but ngikwazi ukula ngomlomo.
no, but the honest truth is, damn.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So ngizama uku-understand ukuthi uCasper kanti ukuthi manje it's affecting nasendlini.
Asiphume, social. But you know what? Yeah.
Is that why Buntle Mudisela is now being seen with Robert Boy?
And all these guys twerking on the internet. You get what I'm saying? But then she is a dancer. That is a main medium.
Yeah, no, we do understand.
She even has a movie with Questa, but like we're not gonna talk about that. I just don't know how I feel about that. But then if the boy wants to eat, they should eat. You get what I'm saying?
Damn.
But Bontle always plays the same roles because even with Jiver, it was a role of being a dancer. Not a Jiver, of Make Me Move, that movie. It was a thing like the same like thing and all those things. But like I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about rape, Mfethu?
Rape.
It's too much, ne? Because like Lady Zamar, you remember the Lady Zamar's Java thing?
Yeah.
And Lady Zamar was speaking about what happened, is spazzing and saying that the truth is the truth. That was her truth. Because, okay, fine, they were in a relationship with Java. I want to ask you something with this story. They were in a relationship with this Java, but that day she said, no, I don't want a thing. It makes me believe which extent is it rape when you are with your boyfriend and you just don't want to fuck that day? Or it does, because sometimes no, it means yes, you
But then there is no.
Then thing you show you.
If I say no to you after you and I had just had an argument, then that is no.
So basically, there was a story behind it that they don't want to reveal.
There is a story behind it, and they both don't want to tell us because you know what?
She went on the internet because her career died because of that story.
Duh. You get what I mean? Like, Ushjav, I feel like, you know what I feel like happened that day? Even though I wasn't there, but based on, based on like, the versions of their stories that they brought into the media. I feel like they had just had an argument or just something wasn't fine. Like
because
they weren't as
no lento
rosy.
tuliphongolo noma police
You get what I
chiki
mean?
they're withdrawing charges.
You get what I
But
mean?
even ladies Zamar, the case was not like I can't dig out.
It wasn't really-
But that's why everybody is still hating on her. But she was actually like fighting for herself. I like the
yeah.
fact that she's starting to control a narrative. I think Unati actually like
It took
empowered
time.
her.
No, but it took time. You know
It
why?
is too late. She's trying to be relevant. Uzovusa amanxeba bazomnyenya even more.
You get what I mean? Like it's too late because like uZamar bekumele asho yena ekuqaleni ukuthi like from the get go makazoza with the bold claims of saying Shava raped me. She should have said ukuthi kuyenzeka into ekanje nakanje nakanje.
'Cause now there is
and
that
he
type of
forced
role.
me to have sex. He should have said that. He forced me to have sex because it doesn't come up to me like Shava just went in there and pinned her against the bed and just
like one
you
push.
get what I mean? I
Yes,
feel
yes,
like
yes.
she said no. And he just kept on continuing. You get what I mean? Thinking, oh
But-
no is not no.
Yeah, but inkinga nje yonke le
She should
ndaba.
have said it
Sinenkinga
the first
eningi
time.
because also there's kids from 20 to 40 and old that got busted 1.5 million worth of dacha operation in high schools and targeting high schools and institutions in Bloemfontein. And the suspects are from 20 to 41 yabo. Yonke indawo nje intsango mfethu. I just wanted to touch bases on that because we were speaking about how South African prisons are actually not that versed and they actually don't reform people.
What do you think? Do you think we should bring back the death sentence?
Yes, most definitely rapists. But then there's people who are wrongfully arrested.
Arrested, that's the thing. I was about to go there. Ukuthi with the justice system yethu that continues to incarnate people in prisons all the time
Yeah,
wrongly.
and they go stay for
our
years.
system is continuously being sued for wrongful arrest. Every time new evidence
Njoba nathi
surfaces.
bebathi bazosuwa because sikhuluma
You
izinto
get what I mean?
eziyangithona.
Detectives don't want to do their work.
But yikho
Journalists
bakhuluphela.
don't do their work.
Even the firefighters, they don't do their work.
Exactly. You get
It's
what I
just like that. But then asike siphumeni izinto serious. Let's go to the music trends.
mean? All right.
Do you know that Mr. Morale
Right.
and the Big Steppers by West Coast Survivor has departed from this week's US Billboard 200 charts? Igwi 200 charts ilento zanithi Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers his album
Oh,
Kendrick, yes, it's
Oh,
on
I
the
thought you were like, no.
Okay, I'm saying
it's
it's for the
Okay.
first time since dissing Drake and having a biggest moment in his career. That's what the sources say.
Oh, please.
You get what I'm saying? Because
What
Drake's
about the Rich Spirit?
it's on the album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Oh,
So
right.
it's
Oh,
you get what I'm
sorry.
saying?
I-
Because Drake has 6 albums still charting on the US Billboard.
No, Pela guys, I think you guys didn't understand us. Masiti, Drake yebo unswem. But when it comes to lyrics,
I think Kanye said
Lyricism.
something. Jay-Z is the GOAT according to the bars and all. I don't. This is not verbatim. Ne? According to the bars and all those things, like he is a musician like that. And then Drake is a GOAT mainstream because he caters to every audience.
yeah,
You get what I'm
what I
saying?
mean? Like, literally every song that you feature Drake in,
It's
will
gonna
be a
bounce.
hit.
That's why all these kids are featuring him. Speaking about Drake, ne? Okay, Kendrick Lamar also in Lempashle, he sneaked in a diss. You get what I'm saying?
How?
Yaga Drake. So it's young tall.
Futhi.
And then no Drake, he sneaked in a diss on Blue Green Red. That's the song. And he responded to Kendrick Lamar, Meet the Grams. This Drake aggrieved phela uresponda kule ngoma Meet the Grams ayikhumbula his
Usekude kanje.
ile nto engibazelayo
Respond not like
yeah god uresponda kule mbali but it's like okay this is verbatim
said,
the lyrics that I saw ukuthi hey bo wenzani lo you get what I'm saying it is please ring my mother and tell her the shape that I'm in 30 years 30 days I've been sober. So he's implying that Kendrick Lamar is not sober. Imagine, let me rephrase that. Please ring my mother and tell her the shape that I'm in 30 days I have been sober. I'm not going to
Damn.
decipher that, but then it was insinuating that people,
I want to hear the
the
line
sources,
he said before that.
okay, It is. I didn't actually go deep into it. It is like these two lines, and he says that, please ring my father and tell him I found some fortune and fame. They are gonna try and behead me and speak on my family's name. That's why Meet the Grams is going back to that thing.
Yeah.
So he's speaking about telling my mother that I've been sober for 30 days. You get what I'm saying? And then he continues to say, ring my father. I found some fortune.
I heard
and fame.
those words in Drake's voice.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Because now his yamazi netona sebenzisa.
Damn. So like abafuna ukuyiqeda le ndaba.
Dog, uyazi ukuthi into yamadoda ipheli. Into yamadoda ipheli fans. But while we're still on that music note, Travis Scott's Utopia, you know that album?
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? Has now returned into being the rap album getting the most daily streams. Because Travis Scott, low-key, he's a goat, né? But you get what I'm saying? He's low-key... He's low-key... Yeah.
So
it's actually... Oh, that is Astro actually, but like... Yeah, so that's but like hip hop, it's just that you're like me because album, but I know the song. You get what I'm saying? But then it is.
Wait, do you know what's Ukilani also did a redo of the song Ikilani with Adenjuni?
How is it?
Like she put her feature in the was it necessary, sis?
You didn't think you sure? Because it's your song. It is your song.
You do what
but
I mean.
KO and SCC also dropped, and they did the whole music video at the Podcast and Chill Studios.
Okay.
And they tried to, but KO, they killed him. As much as I'm not an SCC and Iverson, but like he legit killed him.
No,
no, it's just because when you compare the verses, the other one slaps most.
It's fine.
KO,
he got them.
Because yes, that brings me to the next point. KO aligns himself with this. He's pulling a Drake on the industry because he aligned with himself. We just saw him taking pictures with his mama, and so they're working. Also now he's dropping a single on SCC. SCC is now international artist Pelai. Even though I don't record him as that because he failed. Why AUS Tyler a few months
Nese didn't sell his dick.
Okay,
Please.
What do you insinuate about that?
I didn't say anything.
You know, while we're still on the US thing, you see Future has now reached a milestone in 200 songs on the Billboard throughout his career. He became Nyak Chen. He's thinking about the future
because
because
it's a little bit late for him.
That's okay, because now we feel good to like some, but then like he becomes the only third artist to ever achieve this, joining Drake and Taylor Swift.
Wow, nice.
Young tall ulandela ngemuva. Okay, what makes me think? You know what makes me think? Ulandela So when you look at me using the issue in the wrong context, but I'm not young tall. Drake no Taylor, because now. The reason why is even that point, it brings me back to what the same thing as Kendrick Lamar. Drake, Future and Drake have worked on a lot of albums, a lot of songs together, including About Life Now, Cry Later, all those songs, even the album that he was, you get what I'm saying, Life is Good and all those things. And also the song that they did, Wait for Me, that one with Thames.
Wait for You.
Wait for You, yes. And then there's the other song, I'm on One. So Drake literally boosted his streams by just being on those songs and saying a voice. That's my 2 cents, though.
But what I'm just saying is that man, Drake is a cuck person, hey? Like never mind him being such a good musician, and you know,
because he can dabble into indie genre and kill it.
Why do that to a person that you work with, an acquaintance of yours, even if they weren't friends? Like umdlele mfana. Bro, that bruises a man's ego.
That's why they went to. Pretty ugly, because now Drake also always eats people's hands. Because even Kanye West, they had a rap because this time Drake had a line with directions are ending Kanye. So it is just so bizarre to see this whole thing folding out.
Which wife?
Kim.
Whoa.
The direction he insinuating even you see Search and Rescue, he even used Kim's snippet on that thing. No, it's like I forgot. I forgot I mean, I was a curse, but it's like I didn't come this far to come this far and not be happy. That line Kim Kardashian was saying on Kim Kardashians, so it's on the Kardashians. I mean, but then it was 8 times, Coke.
Way.
Siphelelwe i-airtime kodwa nje until next time guys. Yeah, usikhulume ipolitiki kakhulu. Yo, abantu ngeke babhore because sikhuluma ivari mfethu. But then it is what it is. Until next time fam, it is your boy TP, or should I say Mandla_Gaimane on Instagram, and we go by Fried Up. We're taking it to the top. You get what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
Peace, and now we go by Grandpa the Painkiller with no spaces on YouTube, and I'm here
with your favorite main character, Masimilane. Easy, bro. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or wherever. Just follow the channel, like, subscribe, and do make sure that you keep tuned because the next episode is gonna be fire.
It is Fried Up, peace and love.
Bye, fam.
Okay.
Mic drop.
Oh, Haris. Lapho bese ngizama ukuba punch. Abo. No, successful shoot.